It's Nolan.
What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Today we're going to be talking about Fantasia once again. This time we're not going to be talking about her Airbnb struggles. Today we're going to be talking about her actual struggles when she first got into the industry. She recently did a new interview where she spoke about reflecting back on the days when she first won American Idol, and got sued by her father where she lost tons of money. She also talks about how she got taken advantage of early in the game by her business partners, due to her lack of knowledge, where of course on this channel we emphasize music business education, etc., because honestly that is the key to having success long term in this industry. If you come in just thinking you're going to be talent and you're going to be paid accordingly due to your talent, you're sadly mistaken. So let's get into this Fantasia thing, man. Songstress Fantasia Barrino has come a long way from her start in entertainment. The actress recently opened up about the struggle she faced as a newbie in the industry and how they helped her grow along the way. During a recent interview, she reportedly got candid about how hard things were after she won the singing competition American Idol back in 2004. She stated, "It wasn't easy. I lost a lot. I lost everything. So despite winning, getting a record contract, and getting money, she lost everything almost immediately." Now, in case anybody doesn't know, the entertainer was not only engaged in a legal battle with her family member, but she suggested that she was also being abused by people on her team. In 2006, the musician was reportedly sued by her father over her portrayal of him in her memoir, Life is Not a Fairy Tale. At the same time, she says that she wasn't aware of the skills she needed to successfully navigate the industry and was often taken advantage of by those around her. She says you have to become a businesswoman and you link up with great business partners, but it doesn't have a lot to do with love. It took me a long time to figure that out. So basically, she's going off of, thinking that everybody that's coming into her circumference, wanting to work with her, wanting to represent her, wanting to do things with her, they're coming up to her because they love her or because they are so enamored by her talent that they want to do goodwill, right? They want to help her propel her career and get to the next level, not knowing that they're really coming as leeches. They're really coming because, yes, they have a few connections here and there. They're able to finagle that, a little finagle bagel, but they're never going to deliver upon all of those promises that they set up for you. They don't intend to either. As long as you're fooled, as long as you're able to be swindled, they're going to keep swindling. Furthermore, she says, "I didn't know anything about contracts. I didn't know anything about checking your money and making sure your everyday stuff was there as it's supposed to be. I just trusted and believed everybody that came into my life," right? So then, right, because a lot of people that come into the industry, they hire a new manager, right? They may hire a business manager. They may hire a general manager. As an artist, you might hire a road manager. You hire an agent, booking agent. You got so much money coming into your account now. You're getting somebody to watch your cash flow, your financial advisor or accountant, not knowing a lot of these motherfuckers you can't trust, especially the people watching your money, because so many people entrust that side of it because they don't understand it, that they don't even pay attention to it. They think, okay, the money's coming in, it's hitting the account is going to make sure everything gets taken care of, the taxes are taken out, my account looks good. Then one day you start actually digging around and you see, shit, I'm broke. Where'd my money go? Despite all that she experienced, she insisted that she's grateful for everything she's been through as it prepared her for the achievements that she's made to date, especially her portrayal of Celie in the remake of Color Purple. The new musical film actually opened up to an astounding $18 million in the box office, and she talks about how her and Celie have a lot in common when it comes to family situations, losing things, feeling ugly and unseen, and she said it feels like God's promises are finally coming to power. Okay, so she's having a full circle moment. She says that she's a fan of the book of Job in the Bible. Job lost everything, and so did she. And that gave her inspiration and motivation and encouragement along her journey that she will regain everything back in due time, which I guess at this point she has. Those of us that weren't really tuned in, we were young as hell when all of this took place. Let's go a little bit back in time. Go back to 2006 when all of this happened, when she put this Life is Not a Fairy Tale out in 2006, all right? She released it as a biopic on Lifetime, which so early in her career, I mean, she had only been on for 2 years and they put a biopic out on her. That's unheard of. However, there was one major problem. Her father, Joseph Barrino, filed a $10 million libel suit against the publisher of Life is Not a Fairy Tale in 2006, claiming that the contents were false, exaggerated, sensational, intentional, and malicious untruths. Such a shame when you can't even trust the people that birthed you, the people that raised you in this lifetime, to just fall back and let it be what it is. So her dad took issues with the book's claims that he was hostile to the music industry. In addition, he denied that the book's stories that he asked his daughter for money or that his children's musical careers were more important than their education. Fantasia herself is listed as the book's author, when in fact, her grandmother, Addie Collins, was the ghostwriter. So Fantasia's grandma is the one who put all of this in there. They had conversations. So I'm going to be honest, I'm rolling with whatever Fantasia and her grandma said. If you was a fuck nigga, you was a fuck nigga, bruh. You know what I mean? According to E! News, at the time, Fantasia's father, Kendall Miller, said of the lawsuit, the unfortunate publication of Fantasia's life story by Simon & Schuster seems to capitalize on her American Idol success through disparaging certain members of her family. The lawsuit seeks to redress these wrongs and restore the integrity of the family members. I don't know how you could ever restore the integrity of something by suing your child. Now, even beyond this $10 million lawsuit from her father, she also had some other ups and downs, valleys and peaks in the industry or just in life, period. There's this other story here that talked about how when she got her deal in 2004, she bought a nice sizable home in Charlotte, North Carolina. Unfortunately, she paid $740,000 for the house. When she sold it, she only got about $465,000. Due to the fact that it needed extensive renovation. So it ended up being a loss. When she sold that house in 2018, it wasn't the first time that she faced an unfortunate outcome when it came to unloading a costly residence. She had previously attempted to sell a different North Carolina mansion that she wasn't able to find a buyer for. It was a 6,500 square foot home, 6 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and a pond front. Unfortunately, in that situation, she found herself facing foreclosure in 2009, 2 years after buying it. But she did dodge a bullet at the 12th hour. She then attempted to sell the home with an asking price of $800,000, which was $500,000 less than the $1.3 she initially paid for it. A lot of folks say, oh, you get money, invest in real estate, get homes. Well, she did that and she lost heftily for it. They say things got even more painful when by 2013, the singer hadn't managed to offload the home, which is why she walked away for $0 by signing it over to the bank. While that did mean that she was able to avoid foreclosure process, it also meant that she lost any money that she had put into the massive abode. She dropped the price. So she paid $1.3 million for the house. She had an asking price of $800,000, took off $500K from the original, still didn't sell it. So she ended up signing it over to the bank, losing everything that she put into it. During these tough times, she didn't really have much relief. She was also the breadwinner for not only her child, her daughter, but for 6 other unemployed adults who lived in her home. Okay, so the stress of dwindling finances hit a break point in the form of a takeout order. She said the pizza lady says, well, your card declined. And Fantasia says at that point, I knew I had been mishandled because there should be no way that there wasn't money to buy pizza, right? So I don't know if it was Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, or what, but she ordered a pizza that was enough to feed all of the people that was leeching and mooching off of her. She tried to swipe the card. Pizza lady said, hey, your shit declining. I can't even sign this over to you. I'm gonna have to take this back to the goddamn pizza place if you ain't get some. You got another card, you got a credit card, you can put this shit on. Something gonna have to give. So then in order to rebound, she cut off financial access to her family and friends that had been using her for her newfound wealth, all of which ended up being captured on her show Fantasia for Real back in the day. I didn't watch that show, but if you did, you would know what I'm talking about. And at that point, she began to rebuild her career and financial situation. She found emotional support in those closest to her, including Tyler Perry. She said he would call and check up on me. He was one of the ones when I lost everything, he came and blessed me, and I thank him for that. In 2019, Fantasia said, hey, I'm just now building myself back up. I've lost everything twice. I cook my own food now. I don't need no chef. I'm from North Carolina. My grandma and my mama taught me how to cook. She drives her own car. She doesn't hire car service. She ain't got no personal driver no more. She does her own shopping. right? So she cut out a lot of unnecessary expenses, adapted to being a normal, regular, everyday person again, although she is more famous than an average Joe, right? She downsized her lifestyle, stopped trying to keep up with the Joneses, and embraced the fact that, hey, if I'm going to make it any further in life, if I'm going to be able to live off of the hard work that I've put in, I got to be smarter with what I've been given. So shout out to Fantasia. You know, I'm glad that she was able to rebound in some way. I can only imagine had everything gone the right way the first time, where she would be at, you know, in her career, in her finances, in her future, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we all have to take our lumps, bumps, and bruises, and we come out better for it on the other side. I'm glad to hear that, you know, she did remove a lot, trim the fat, stop trying to appease the gaze of the public, and just do what fits and what works for her. I personally would encourage and recommend anybody that comes into great fame and fortune to do the same, or at least much of the same as possible, because when you lose it, who's going to help you get it back? Everybody's going to help you spend $1. But who can give it back to you? Who can replenish it? Who can reimburse you for all the things that you do for them? Probably nobody. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect. Y'all stay safe out there.
Peace. King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.